Yes, but basically right now they're on the ship guarding Terra until I come up with.
Who I know nothing about.
You do not.
Oh, you're gonna have a time.
Oh, we're gonna be like, what? Marcus is not gonna have a good time.
No, it's just an evil genie we have in a bottle in the back.
Well,
Well, I think probably at first he's gonna be like, oh, so she's a computer. and
I'm actually very excited to see which of these things you discover first.
oh god,
Because
you're a
lot
computer.
harder to hide Terra, but also we're not on the ship right
Yes.
now. And I have
No, but isn't she in the vault in the smuggler's hold?
yeah, she's in the
She
smuggler's
is.
hole.
So I
She's in the smuggler's
I
hold.
wouldn't find her unless I looked for her.
That's right.
Yeah.
yeah, which I probably
Unless
wouldn't.
you're a nosy bitch who goes in our
Oh,
smuggler's
Marcus
hold.
is a nosy
Marcus
bitch.
isn't that nosy.
No? It's like okay, this is where Claire has been living for the past.
Oh, if you tell
However
me,
many.
if you tell me that you found her in the smuggler's hold.
No. We're not going to tell you that part. We're not going to tell you about the smugglers' holds.
Yeah.
People are.
No,
the
if
more
it-
people
if
know
if
about it, the
comes
more
up-
likely she's getting out.
If it comes up, I'll ask about the smuggler's hold. You know,
That's
I'll
fair.
but
For sure,
but
for sure.
like as of right now, I see no like Marcus, for obvious reasons, doesn't really like spaceships or interplanetary travel. So he's
Yeah.
he's not gonna. He's probably just gonna sit.
White knuckle
Yeah, pretty
for our
much.
multiple weeks journey through space.
Nervous.
Popping
Do you have
Dramamine.
Do you have to like pee or something? No.
Mm,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
nervous. Yeah, first time. No,
No.
I've been nervous plenty of times.
That's when my drinking problem started.
Oh, yeah.
He throws a bottle of water into his face.
That's a movie we could quote. You can't quote the producers.
I feel like Airplane, in its many forms, there are some jokes that have absolutely not aged
Oh
well.
yeah.
It's made in like
Sure.
the 70s or
That's
something.
actually somebody was on a rant about that the other day that I really liked. Like comedy, because it's almost always topical, it almost always ages badly. And I like that idea.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
some where it's like the shit's really gonna hit the fan, and it cuts, and there's literally just someone had thrown some feces into a fan or something like that. It's like
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. That's
so
always
funny.
gonna.
No, also the nervous first time is always, and the drinking problem is also funny.
So there are definitely some
There's-
classics.
for
that-
The
sure,
puns,
for
the
sure.
puns, the puns.
Surely you can't be serious. I am
Yeah,
serious.
and
Don't call me Shirley.
Yes, yes,
I quote the drinking problem altogether too often.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard you.
I just had a drinking problem right now. As I drink my water.
it's hard to tell because he just quotes the part where he splashes water in his face.
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't do the actual quote.
Yeah. Or you don't, yeah.
And welcome back to the 7th Star to the Right podcast.
What a time.
Our movie review podcast. The producers and Airplane, you know? Those are the two. Anyway, this is session 110.
Yes, it is.
Oh, we're going to 111.
Exciting.
That'll be next time, though. So you
For
get to
good
wait
luck.
for
Nothing
that.
bad can happen in that episode.
Mm,
But you
maybe.
make it a
Maybe.
musical episode again and just fucking kill somebody.
Again.
Oh, no.
Everyone loved the first musical episode that
I
we
loved
did.
it. I loved the first musical episode.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How you guys doing today?
Fine enough.
Good.
Feeling good. It's cold outside.
It is so
It's
cold
really cold
outside.
today.
Yep.
If the feels like is below 20, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I put on gloves for my running.
I
Too
put on
cold
gloves
otherwise.
starting below like 35.
I hate gloves and
That
I'm
sounds-
like a really stubborn person. So like
You
a
wear
lot of be like,
mittens?
no, I end up like this.
Oh,
with
you-
my
you-
hand just tucked into my sleeve.
I say.
You know.
Mhm.
No, but then it pulls the shirt away from your neck and then your neck gets cold.
It does, yes. I wear the Under
Oh, the-
Armour turtleneck.
got it.
Yeah, those Under Armour turtlenecks
They're
are
very
nice.
stretchy and they cover your neck very well.
I use those a lot when playing football, and they were great. And then other people basically went out with absolutely no shirts on. I was like, "What are you doing?"
In the cold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In,
There's
Hitting-
always
but, like,
There's some-
hitting each other?
yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
there's
Wow.
always like those couple of people, usually men, who are like, it's not that cold, and they're standing around in like shorts.
Turning blue.
Yeah,
To be
pretty
Yeah.
fair,
much.
if you're a starter and you're running around a lot, you do generate a lot of heat yourself, and you don't really notice it anymore. But definitely when you hit someone else, it stings.
Yes.
A lot more than
Oh,
otherwise.
And also, if you
Anyway.
end up sweating, then now you're also cold and wet. So that's
Even
great.
worse.
You're slippery now.
Yeah.
We could make
Well, that makes it better. It's just harder to play football.
another producer's reference there, but can move on from our movie review segment of the podcast.
Yeah, we can move into our actual play podcast. What do you guys remember from last session?
I'm a little bit fuzzy on exactly where the line was drawn, but I believe we were at the top of the tower having just had destroyed the tank.
Yeah.
I believe so.
That was
yes.
the end of the previous one.
And so we were hanging out there. Vaughn came and got us. We started taking over the concourse and hanging a bunch of flags, which we definitely did not live design while we were paused that one time.
I think we also literally designed it partially on air.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
And then we added the colors while we were paused.
That's right. Yes. Of course. It's orange now, I think. Orange or yellow or both.
I think it was a combination.
Yeah.
I look over to Philip because you're the one who has
You're
the
the one in
strongest.
charge of it.
Seems
You're in
like a
charge
thing
of
that I
this.
would have written in my notes, huh? I just have invented a freedom flag.
Hey, that's what I got.
And that's a quiz for the listeners
That's
to see
right.
how well you know our podcast.
I wrote down broken chains and the chancellor's collar.
Yeah, we
Yes.
destroyed his
Yeah.
pink collar.
Yes,
There
we
was
did.
definitely some yellow, maybe orange. Who knows? Use your imagination.
Just leaning in the fire motif direction. I'm
Yeah.
rolling with this.
Add a
And
little bit of
we-
red in there.
And then we continued our
Red is change. Anyway.
the steps of our plan, going to the secret entrance to the palace. And we got there. We found a bunch of silence operatives and like demo experts blowing up the like stairway up the sheer wall
Mm-hmm.
because I guess they honestly correctly assumed that people were going to try to sneak into the palace, and we fucked them up.
We did.
Yep.
We
Real
fucked them
bad.
up real good.
We kind of snuck up on them, and then it was just we
It
just
was
shot
so bad.
everybody.
That was so embarrassing.
Well, and then
We
some of them
snuck up
tried to
on
sneak up on us, and then you were like Slipfield, and they were gone.
Yep.
No, it was Slipfield and then also Wall. Like, they don't exist over there.
Yes, and so I
Mhm.
believe we've ended. Nona's on top of the stairs. Everybody else is at the base of the stairs.
I think you guys kind of settled things a little bit because I think
Mhm.
you also zip tied the stragglers,
Right.
put them in the warehouse, threw all of their weapons over the side of the cliff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
Yeah, we did do that.
We did do
And
that.
surely
Marcus was like,
someone
"What if
will
we
find
killed them?"
eventually.
And then someone was like, "Maybe we." Like, no, I think Nona was like, "We're supposed to
Not
give them a chance to
supposed to.
surrender," and I was like, "Okay." And
I
then we
listen.
gave them
I
a
don't
chance to
want to do it
surrender.
either. Nona has been ramping up, and she's like, "You could give up, I guess." I was given a list of things to do. That is thing
Mhm.
number 3 on the list.
Mhm.
If we
I don't like it any more than you do, but I'm
Setting
good
a
at
bad
following
example
directions.
for your space
weren't,
child.
worry
if we
about
weren't
it.
against wanton murder for Claire's sake only, everyone would be fine.
See, this is what every DM needs to do. They just need to put in
A vulnerable
a vulnerable
child.
child that the party likes, and they not want to shield her or them from the woes
horrors
of the
of the
horrors
world.
of the world. And like, no, we can't do that in front of Claire.
Claire, close your eyes. That's another
Turn
fun
around.
joke that'll never get old. The person closing their eyes and then just the sounds of like, chaos and slaughter. You get a little bit of blood
Oh,
everywhere.
All right,
God.
walk towards me. Nope, no, keep your eyes closed. Keep walking towards me.
Oh,
All
don't
right.
trip over that. It says rope. Rope. There's rope there.
Don't
For
worry about
reasons.
it.
But we were so good and they're alive.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Ugh.
Some of them, I think.
I think basically the entire second squad that came upon you guys, and then there was like one person I think up on one or two people up on
I
the
believe two.
ridge, which were like, nah, we're done. We ain't about this.
Mhm.
And there were 1 or 2 snipers. Did they just kind of
There's
disappear?
one sniper.
There was 1 sniper.
Yeah, there was one sniper, and I think
He also failed his check. He was like, "I'm out."
yes,
That's right,
but it
because
wasn't.
Marcus was gonna go punch
It wasn't
him.
their.
Oh yeah, I
turn.
did the Henry Cavill
was-
in that
Yeah.
James Bond movie.
It was either Claire or someone else was able to take them out.
Mm.
I can't remember.
Oh,
Probably
and we
Claire.
also got a radio. We stole one of their radios,
We did, yes.
which I hope we,
We have
make
2
very
radios.
good use of.
My current plan for those was to just listen silently.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, and so that's where we find ourselves. You guys are currently find yourselves in front of the secret staircase, quote unquote, that has been partially destroyed, and you have the 4 of you as well as the 4, Vaughn, Isis, Freya, and Kainan. The 8 of you are all out there looking up. And Vaughn goes, so how many of those grab harnesses do you have?
2.
Cool. Can we hand them back and forth and just, go? Can we hand wave this and just kind of...
We have so many ways of solving this. 1, Micah has already made a ramp out of rubble in a previous scene, so we know that is at least partially possible. 2, we have the grab harnesses. 3, Micah can walk up walls and probably carry someone, I'm guessing.
I'm just going to wipe and say you guys are now on top of the secret staircase.
We did it.
Thank you, Micah, for carrying all of us. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So are we in a different scene now? Do I get my effort back?
Yeah, we are in a different scene
Hooray,
now.
thank you.
The combat ended. So you would also get the combat thing back.
Yes.
It's weird playing with a warrior. Like a full one, not just a half one.
Excuse me.
You mutts.
And so you make your way back towards the palace itself on this winding staircase. It gets quite precarious in some places. It is small and winding, clearly quickly cut out, but you're able to peek over the ridges here and there and see into the city of Principa proper. You do notice that there's quite a lot of rock and wall kind of obscuring your movement to the palace. So no one on the ground you think would be able to get a good look at you unless they were looking directly at you, probably with some kind of assisted vision. You make your ways and eventually...
Also, we are still dressed as silence operatives.
Is everyone?
Everyone is, because when we came around the corner to start that
that's
battle,
right.
they were all like, hey guys,
we
and
were
then we just started
expecting
shooting at them.
True.
Right.
Everybody is wearing that. I've got the Inquisitor one.
Yeah.
On.
So you have one Inquisitor and then a group of everyone else is kind of like wearing face shields and silence operatives. Look, what's up?
Can I have taken the Prime silence operatives like ID badge or whatever?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you also have,
We have his radio.
Carter Greer's ID, which should be able to get you into some places.
Yep.
You make your way in, and eventually this precarious and shallow staircase, on like similar to like really, really old buildings that have like the really steep and shallow stairs, like the servant stairs or whatever they're called. Anyway, the pathway starts to grow such that you can walk 2 by 2 down it. And it doesn't grow too much more than that until eventually you would have estimated you would have reached the palace. You guys have gone up steadily in altitude and elevation as you've made this trek. And you find at the end of this walkway is a door, a solid metal door.
While we are making our way up to this, I want to check on 2 things. I want to listen on the radio, see if I can get a status update on what various enemy forces are doing.
Mhm.
And I want to check on where Zuri is.
Okay. How are you going to do where Zuri is?
Friend finder on my phone.
Oh, right. Of course. Thank you. You're going to have to remind me of that a couple of times. So the radio seems to be quite a bit of chaos.
This is good.
You haven't been briefed on the different channels and where certain important conversations are happening. If you want, you can scan them. I'd make you roll for them to get how much information, or you could just stay on that one.
Yeah, I'll scan for it. Like, I'm not going to lose this frequency, am I?
No. You can. It's just a number that you can keep in mind. So make an int program check for me.
8.
Okay, with an 8, you're able to glean some useful information. The frequency that you are currently on is mostly silent. There seems to be 1 or 2 squads that are trying to check in with the status of the squad that you guys attacked. Are you responding at all? Or are you just kind of letting that go? And so there's some confusion on their end. It sounds like they might be sending some other people to go out and check in that area. On the other frequencies, there's a lot of chatter about moving into the palace itself, there's a lot of chaos. It doesn't seem to be very structured. You feel that maybe some of the coup has kind of kicked off some of the disintegration of maybe the military branch itself. You're able to understand that the primary force that is still loyal to the chancellorship has kind of hunkered down within the main hall itself, the audience hall, that is just inside the palace, what they first kind of retreated into. It seems to be where the bulk of the fighting is. It seems to be a lot less just open warfare, everyone firing on everything else. And there does seem to be that there's been some temporary fortification set up here and there. There's a little bit of a respite, as it seems like both sides are taking stock of what has kind of happened. And there seems to be a bit of chaos within the palace. You hear orders for certain like squads to go certain places, just general confusion as to like what to happen.
Is there any mention of Goose or any other? I guess we wouldn't know the Inquisitor call signs, so maybe just Goose, but something to that degree. Somebody mentioned, I thought maybe that some of them were birds way back in the day.
That may have been an offline comment, but
Fair enough.
both of the ones that you've heard so far did have some flight involved with them, Wyvern and Goose.
'Cause I thought when we were asking Sky about it, there was some mention of like, oh yeah, no, they started with like birds and then they sort of ran out. So now I've got this one.
I do remember something to that effect. That like she had a weird name relative to other Inquisitors
Because she was newer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with an 8. Sure. You hear a reference to actually Phoenix and a job that they are meant to do in the library.
Sounds good. Of course, you realize what this means. We need to go kill them. They can't have that name. It's not allowed. Only we may have that name.
But if we kill them, isn't that kind of the whole thing? Is it like...
Oh, you think they're
back?
literally going to come back?
They've been doing all kinds of psychic stuff. Maybe. I don't know. That would be kind of cool, right? If I was going to do it.
So you're suspecting Bioscion with regenerative powers.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be very cool. Bad for us.
That would be bad.
But very cool.
But yeah, okay. If we've got the location of one of them, maybe we can try and ambush them. Yeah. Where's that library? It's in room 7. Which is a little bit off
I also
from
don't
this
know
main little circle of...
where we're coming in at. I forgot that.
Yeah, so I have provided you all a little map of the palace. Now, this is Sky's knowledge, right? Like what she had at the time. As far as you're aware, she did not know about this secret entrance. So you're not actually sure where you're going to come into.
But Carter Greer did tell us about it. He didn't tell us where it enters into the palace.
No, he did not.
Okay, cool. Probably should have killed him too.
Told you.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
If you're scanning through the frequencies out loud and Marcus hears the people like asking for the current team to check in, I think he's gonna say we should answer them. And we should tell them that the second squad never made it.
Okay. I'm not good at
Who's good at acting?
You should not do that.
Yes.
Who's the face now? Who's got the best charisma check?
I think we all have a
Like you're
face.
speaking in tongues, girl.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Because of my cover your ears, everyone, history with the Children of the Silence, would you allow me to do some kind of like advantage check? Since I know how they talk.
So I will say that
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. It's been like 2
you've done
decades.
any work for the Children of Silence.
Don't worry about it.
That's not even like 5 years.
How much does the military change? Okay. They have a regimen. They stick to it.
Yeah, know what? Fair.
Thank you.
I would give you, rather than advantage, I would probably give you some kind of plus. So I would give you +2 to like a
take it.
difficulty. Let's say this seems kind of hard. 11 check.
What are your base stats?
Have a +0 for charisma.
And talk, which is I'm assuming is
It would
the
be
next
charisma
one.
talk.
I have a 0.
Beautiful.
So at least I don't have a
we're
minus.
tied.
Not minus. Great. Love to hear that.
Where are you at? Just
Where are you
curious.
at?
I'm.
We metagaming this because in character Marcus would want to do this.
No, yeah,
No, you're gonna do it. I'm just learning
yeah.
things. You're taking this role. You got the +2.
You're doing it. I've got the 0 charisma -1 talk.
Amazing. Yep.
Oh yeah, nope, not you.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I got this.
You guys are never going to talk your way out of a situation again, are you?
That's
No.
why Marcus has the Iron Vipers. Punches.
That's very fair.
Yeah. R.I.P. Alex, we miss you and your clever words.
And
Out of character.
yeah, so one of these times you hear, Squad, do you read me? What's the status of your objective?
And I have the ID badge of the guy, so I know. All right. That's a 9.
It's not an 11,
That's not an 11.
but we're going to play this out.
That's 7 + 2. Shit.
Yep.
Yes, math.
Okay. I didn't know if it was 9, not yet +2.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna make me give this guy a name? Or no? Okay. Squad, demo charges planted. Backup didn't show up. Over.
Backup didn't show up. We got their check-in right about when they were supposed to turn the corner to you guys. What's going on? Give me your call sign.
Don't look at me.
He's gonna look at the ID and he's gonna read the number on the ID.
Squad's been compromised, and you hear just cut of the radio. It's now just static.
The whole radio, all channels.
No. That particular frequency doesn't seem to be in use anymore.
I mean, one would expect they would then communicate that fact to the others, though.
Yeah. Well, they were sending backup to check on us anyway.
Yeah, they were probably gonna find someone pretty soon. So, okay, but maybe let's hurry up a little bit.
Right, door. Someone who's not me.
Okay,
Micah.
Metal door. Is there like a keypad? Do I gotta blow this open?
So
Oh,
we
tracking it.
we were walking up to it. I haven't been able to describe it just yet. So it was a big metal door. As you get closer, you notice that there is a card reader that is like right to the side of the door. It does not have a doorknob. And actually, as you approach, you notice that the card reader seems to have been shot in some way by some, you assume, weapon, like some gun. And in closer inspection around the creases of the door has found it to have been fused.
I was about to say, I could probably fix that, but I don't fix fusing.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little harder to fix. Oh no. Just like,
Cracks knuckles.
Micah limbers up a little bit. All right. Okay. So I think I could get us through this door.
By all means.
Vaughn just walks up behind you and says, "You care to open up this can of..."
I want to so bad. All right.
Jar of pickles, Jeff. The
This
reference is jar of pickles.
Let's open this jar of pickles.
Thank you.
So Micah's gonna assume kind of a sturdy sideways stance to the door, finger gun straight out, arm folded behind her back, and there's kind of this warbling, kind of glowing telekinetic energy that kind of shows up on the tip of her finger and kind of gets focused and concentrated down. And this takes like several seconds to build up. It's a bit of a charging thing, but then does just the little click of the thumb on the finger gun and this like laser beam of force blasts into the door. This is my telekinetic ram.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So Jeff, would this be considered a hardened military fortification? I could see it either way.
This is a door. It's definitely reinforced, but I don't think like this is military grade. I'm going to put like 12 inches of steel in the way.
Okay, so with this ability, for anything short of hardened military fortifications, this is sufficient to create a 5-meter hole, period.
All right. And so this
Never let her finger gun at us again.
just blow a 5-meter hole in me. And this beam of pure force strikes the door, and you hear just metal ripping apart as it blows open, leaving a big old hole where that door used to be.
Whew. Oh, I've been working on that one for a while.
That's
That
cool.
looked good.
That looked pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Marcus is terrified. He's not saying anything, but he's just like looking like, holy shit.
And so you look into the space where this door used to be, and you notice that there does not seem to be any light coming from the hallway that this door was blocking your entrance to. It goes in probably, a couple or so yards, and then it's just shade. So you'll have to walk in to start seeing what's going on, but you don't see any lights so far.
Could I bring out the little nanite map that we got back on Fistos? I've still got that in my bag.
You absolutely can. Yeah. So you did we ever write down a range for that?
Not
It was just
specified,
kind of
but I remember
hand
just
wavy.
like
Yeah.
kind of big, some space. We were in tunnels.
Yep.
It goes out past the radius that beacon in Neo Opus. Like it goes out
Oh,
past
yeah.
that. It's larger than that,
Okay.
which I don't actually remember the range on either. So I don't
It's
know
actually
if
pretty
that's-
decent then. Like, cause I think that was probably around like a 20 meter or 30 meter radius, somewhere in that range. I think that's what I remember. So it's probably around 50 meters, somewhere between 50 and 100 meters. Yeah. So you take this out and you see that the nanites kind of, they start to glisten as they leave this. I forget, it was something that's like worn on the wrist, or just kind of like an orb or something
I
like
think
that.
it was a handheld thing that kind
Yeah.
of conjures this like nanite dust in front of itself.
And so they glimmer a little bit as they leave, but then almost as soon as they get like a couple feet away from the device itself, they are invisible. And you start to see this little makeshift map appear in front of you, building out the area that you guys are currently in. As you look and wait for the nanites to do their thing, you see that this doorway leads to a hallway that is fairly long. You would probably estimate it's somewhere between 30 and 50 meters until it promptly stops. Then a little while later, you notice that it seems to open up into a larger area, quite a large room by the looks of it.
Okay. Do you think I or we would be able, with what we're seeing from that, to glean like where on Sky's map we found ourselves? Or need more data?
I think you need a little bit more data, but I
Sounds
will
good.
give that to you when you guys head on in,
Okay.
if that is something that you want to do.
Do we have another option?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. I guess we do that. I'll be at the back. You want to be at the front?
Okay. Let's go. Sure. Yeah. I can hand off the map to someone else if we want me kind of on point.
If you're in the front, you can take it.
I'm in the back.
Oh shit! Give it to
Here,
Claire.
Claire,
Give it to
hold
Claire.
this.
And Claire, hold the map.
Okay. I got it. I'm holding it now.
Okay, great. Tell us if tell us what stuff looks like on there. If we should be expecting any weird turns, and I'll bring my rifle out.
It does appear to be a pretty straight shot as you guys just walk forward in the formation that Vaughn kind of talked with you all about. As you approach the end of this hallway, it does start getting quite a bit darker. Probably dark enough that it would require some form of extra light to see. So is someone have, I assume someone has a flashlight, use a compat or something.
Yeah.
Assuming you guys want to do that.
Yeah, that uses a lot of battery life on the compound.
Yeah, it's gonna. I know it's a little dangerous, but we've got to see.
Can my visor help me see in the dark?
But oh,
I've got an Inquisitor's. It does.
I think
It's a
it does
helmet,
actually.
and
Yeah,
it
hold on.
gives +1 to notice. I don't think
Ooh.
it specifically necessarily says. Oh yeah, low light vision.
Oh, there
low
you
light
go.
Vision.
Nona can see just fine.
'Kay.
Nona, what you see at the end of this hallway is a
I have dark vision.
basically. Excuse me, DM. I have dark vision.
See, DM, dark vision. Thank you.
You see the wall. This hallway ends abruptly
Mhm.
with a wall. The material seems to be wooden. The rest of this appears to be like the rest of the hallway is clearly dug out of the rock itself, but the door seems to be some kind of like reinforced wood.
Mhm.
And next to it is a keypad. Sorry, not keypad, a card reader similar to the one on the outside. This one does not seem to have been tampered with, though. As you all approach this, you see the nanite map start to flesh out a little bit more. And what you guys see, what you're able to make out is a multi-floor room. You see that there are these little walkways that kind of line the sides of this rooms, giving kind of balconies. You see large structures that jut up from the ground and stand
Are
probably
they
like 10 or 15
rectangular
feet.
in nature?
Yeah, they're rectangular in nature.
Cool. I suspect bookcases.
Ah, yes.
And yeah, that's what you guys are able to glean. If you'd like to make a intelligence, just make it an intelligence check for me.
Is it
Not
just
adding
flat?
another thing.
It's just
intelligence.
So it's just a
intelligence
flat 2d6.
node. Yeah, intelligence no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I got an 8.
9.
9.
You are almost positive that this is a library.
Great. So we know some things about this. I think library. Hold on. Let me see this map.
Number 7.
Gotcha. So we are trying to get to security, which is 5. So that's 7 connects to 3, which connects to either 2 or 6, which both connect to 5. So
Yes, there's kind
there
of
is
a diamond in the middle of our map, and 7 is to the left.
there is no reason for us to do anything in this room. Would you agree with this?
Well, we
this was
heard-
where
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where
Phoenix
Phoenix is. So we could just go stealth.
Or walk through like we're supposed to be here.
I would consider that a
Ah.
subclass of stealth. We don't necessarily need to fight this individual.
I mean, they might show up on our backs later if we don't.
I'd say
This is
avoid all
fair.
encounters with an Inquisitor that we can.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Yeah, we can just try and walk past and not draw too much notice. Probably put the magic ball of maps away.
Yes, everyone look like silence operatives.
Can do.
Hmm.
Everyone else kind of gives like a little salute.
Fascism.
Oh.
Okay.
Good. Cool. Once it looks like everybody is ready, I am going to attempt to use Carter Greer's ID to open this door.
Okay. You put the ID next to the keypad and you hear a slight little chunk as it seems to have been accepted, like the little doo-doo. And this door that was in front of you starts to unlatch and move forward slightly until you can see into this room itself. As Nona was able to deduce, this is indeed a library. It is large. It is opulent. You see probably, I guess, most of you have all been off world now, but this would be an obscene amount of wood for an Orsimian having lived here all their life. This would be the most wood that they would have ever seen in their life. All of the bookshelves are made of wood. You see these pillars are lined with ornate carvings. You see large wooden paneling and tables for various things. One other thing that you guys all notice as you enter is the library is awfully empty from what you're able to see. The sections that you're currently in seem to be pretty standard stuff, some fiction, some nonfiction, history of Orisiame, important people. But you hear shouting in towards the back of the library and the sounds of shredding and burning.
That was out of character. Marcus doesn't care, but Peter cares very much. Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say let's not get distracted.
Ugh.
They're probably destroying those for a reason.
we can come back.
It's not on the list.
We can come back when we lock down the palace. We have to go. There's an Inquisitor here.
You see Vaughn also, his eye twitching, and says, it could be some really important things in there.
I think if they don't want us to have it, we probably want that, right? But it's not like we have other stuff to do right now.
We could split up.
How much? Oh, that sounds like a bad idea.
Mm.
So where is this like coming from? This noise? Is it toward the way we would be leaving the library? Would we need to go like far to some random corner?
It seems like You get a quick sense of your bearings and probably take a look around some bookcases. This does not appear to be on the way out of the library. It does, in fact, appear to be into the library itself. In fact, it seems to be coming from an area that is surprisingly called the restricted section.
So we could leave without interacting.
You could leave without interacting with it.
Is there any indication of how many people seem to be up there?
You would have to get closer in order to figure that out.
No, super fair. I think we gotta stop this. It's like look, I'm not the most booky person. I know that. But if they're trying to like get rid of this stuff, it's gotta be incriminating or stuff that we can use against them.
It's your call.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. The Phoenix crew, can I have you guys look into that? The rest of us will go on ahead. We'll take a look and scout out the area heading towards the defenses, try and take anything out. We'll be smaller as a group as well, so people will pay less attention to, 4 people as opposed to an entire squad of people.
I'm going to find a clear frequency and hand him one of the 2 radios.
All right. It's like, you know what? Smart. Didn't realize you picked up another one. Great. Excellent. I'm going to write that down. He writes out on his hand, you have a radio.
You dumbass.
All right. Okay, you all just take care. And we'll try and meet up with you real soon.
All right. And at that, the 4 of them start to head out of the library towards what you guys can see on the map is called the Great Hallway Stairway.
And that's roughly where we're expecting a lot of the forces to be, or the entryway is different?
You would expect a lot of the
you said the
fighting to
audience
be in
hall.
the audience hall, which is 2.
Right.
Which you can get to
Actually, that's really funny.
through the Great Hallway, but
you don't have to.
You don't
go
have
the
to.
other way,
You can go through the barracks.
which is
totally no threats
there's a
there.
great joke.
Please share.
Well, so I've been sitting on this thing for a while where technically Chancellor Austere in his speech, one of the things he said is the right path is never the easiest one. So I was kind of sort of hoping that when we got in here, wherever there was a decision between right and left, we're just like, we'll just go left. That's supposed to be the easier one. And Jeff, look at this map.
It's the right path isn't always the easiest one.
No, it is never the easiest one. It is never the easiest one.
I mean, he was just doing aphorisms.
Oh, I'm
and,
so sure. And
stuff
I was
and,
on the edge about acting on that anyway. Cause like on one hand, it's very funny. On the other hand, Nona is not that stupid. She's not that stupid, even for comedy.
But in this case, that is where all the guns are.
But in this case, that is where a lot of the fighting is.
All right.
But for now, we remain in the library.
Okay. Do we want to play as if we belong here?
Yeah, we've got this armor. Might as well use it. See if we can at least get a little closer than last time with our disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Sure thing.
So you approach the sounds of what is happening here. The section that you're moving towards seems to be clearly on higher guard, at least during normal business hours. There seems to be like a separate room that this area is in. It is less opulent and more functional. As you move past a little barricade that clearly would have been often guarded or secured in some way, and move into this section, you see a group of about a dozen or so librarians who are quickly just taking books off of the shelves and moving towards a large bonfire that is now in the middle of this room and tossing them in. You see a section of them also going through like periodicals or notes and just throwing those into various shredders on the side. Additionally, you see a total of 4 standard silence operatives. You see 1 prime silence operatives. The standard silence operatives seem to be helping out with some of this stuff where the prime is overwatching this. And you see 1 other figure who's adorned with these streaks very similar to Goose that you saw before. You don't recognize this Inquisitor, but you do know them to be one of the ones that came out along with Goose and the Chancellorship at the start of the coronation. They, however, just have I think the 2 streaks. And the other thing that you notice about them is they are floating off the ground.
Great.
Fun.
Great.
Hmm.
I'm going to say you see all of this. They seem to be very focused on what they are doing right now, and you've been able to approach without necessarily making enough sound. What do you want to do?
Lean over to Nona, say, like, I'd love to take point here, but you're the one in the Inquisitor suit, so I feel like it should probably be you.
Yes, that's fair. Okay. I step
Oh, no.
forward with
Oh,
people
gosh.
behind me.
Okay.
I say, hey, what's taking so long?
We just got here. And I assume you're directing this towards the Inquisitor. Who are you directing
Probably
this
the
to?
Prime, actually. I don't
Okay.
think I would be disrespectful to a fellow Inquisitor.
Okay.
Wait, how many streaks does Nona's armor have?
Doesn't have any.
Yeah,
There's
there's
no
none on it.
there's no
Okay.
adornments there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
And the Prime says, we just got here.
And you have so many people.
They're all working. We need to keep this. We need to keep a secure border right now, making sure that if anyone slips in, that we get this stuff destroyed. We're working as fast as we can.
Fine, whatever. I brought more people to help. Obviously, top priority here. What do we do?
You see, like there's a little bit of from this Prime Operative. He seems to be surprised that you are asking him what to do, and says, yeah, you can join in with hands. You can talk with Phoenix back there to see what else needs to be done.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So my kind of hope in doing this, sharing with the others here, is to get everybody into a kind of advantageous position, like be in the middle of everything, look like you're helping, and then we can just fuck shit up.
Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll try and maneuver ourselves around this bonfire.
The Prime Operative looks at you all and sees Marcus and Micah and Nona, and then looks over at Claire and kind of like looks down and says, "Aren't you a little short to be a silence operative?"
Naps! Very good, very good.
Like, it's my first day, sir.
In her 12-year-old voice, despite the
She's
fact
like
that she's 18.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but she sounds tiny. Some people have a baby face. She's got a baby
she's
voice.
got a baby voice.
She's got a
The
baby
Prime
voice.
Operative will be like, "All right, well." So I assume you guys are just the plan here is to attack from advantageous positions.
And I'm going to go try and see if I can't get the Inquisitor to interact with me. That's where I'm going to start. That is my intention.
Okay. So then Claire will then kind of like look at you and be like, "Okay, it seems like you know what you're doing." And she will head off into a corner, taking a look at some of the books and being like, "I'll put this one here." Just kind of like acting like she's busy, but not
Sure.
actually like destroying anything. Marcus and Micah, are you guys doing anything in particular? Otherwise, I'm going to do the thing with Nona approaching the Inquisitor.
Yeah, I'm going to try and position myself to, again, also look like I'm starting to join in, but not actually throw anything into the fire. And ideally, try and position myself so that I can have eyes on what Nona's doing and maybe also the Prime, but not be like within immediate like melee distance of any of them.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus is probably just like gonna actually throw stuff because he doesn't have any appreciation for the books, but he is gonna try to keep himself between Claire and the Inquisitor as much
Okay.
as he can.
All right,
So
cool.
kind of like not really paying attention to what he's doing, just keeping eyes on them.
When I draw this out, you can obviously place your guys where you generally want to be.
Why would you draw it out, Jeff?
Theater of the mind. We win.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
And we show up to an optional combat like, Jeff, why are you going to make us fight?
Marcus wanted to leave.
That's right.
And so, Nona, you approach this Inquisitor who is, they're not like flying through the airs and
Mhm.
constantly moving. They're just hovering probably a couple of feet above the air, just stationary there
Show up.
as they look around at the work that's being done. and sees you approaching, and their eyes narrow. They do not have a helmet on. As a reminder, like what these inquisitors kind of look like, you notice that the irises of their eyes have started to almost break apart. And so there's just little flecks of white that are starting to move towards their iris. Sorry, the pupils, I would guess. And then the iris is still that like single black hole. And they look over at you and kind of wait for you to say something.
I stand at attention, which I'm assuming I know how to do because I've had to sit through this whole military nonsense earlier today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stand at attention and say, codename Fire Drake. I was on the outskirts, but got called in last minute because somebody heard some things about some fuckery going on.
You see their eyes narrow, and when they speak, their voice sounds like they're more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
There is a cacophony of voices that kind of come from them when they speak, but it sounds like the same person, but with different pitches up and down. Just a little disjoint from the world, like the reality itself almost feels like that there's just multiple voices overlaid on one another. And they say,
Fire Drake. I don't think I know that call sign. When were you created?
Jeff, when was Sky created?
it would have only been a couple of weeks back.
So
Probably.
I'm going to give roughly that date. I'm sorry. I'm one of the new ones.
You're going to need to make a charisma talk check for me, please.
Please, 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 please.
This one. This one was rolling better. Don't fail me, red dice. They did not fail
Oh,
me.
hell yeah.
Let's go red dice.
I think we're both 0-0.
10.
That's.
Come on.
I don't think that's going to do it.
Can I get them to come down?
What do you mean?
Like
They're floating.
Yeah, they're floating. I'm assuming I can't reach them right now.
They are only hovering like a foot or two above the
Okay,
ground.
so like we're like
They're like
This is an
standing,
intimidation thing.
but
Sure.
like just off the ground to kind of show like they can.
Standing
Fair enough.
ostentatiously.
Yes.
God.
if you will. Fair enough. Okay.
And their eyes narrow as they like look towards you and then say, They start to reach for a comm pad of theirs that is on their chest and says,
Give me a moment.
as they just start to fly away. Like,
Sure. As soon as their back is turned, I'm gonna pull my baton and jump them.
I was
okay.
gonna say, if Alcinona doing that, you get the first move, but Micah was
Thank you.
right about to shoot.
Oh,
at that
for
same
sure,
time.
for
I
sure.
see you all like
God.
looking out the corner of your eyes at all of this, and
Oh,
Nona like kind of flicks out her baton and then goes for it.
And I have a super jump. So I'm gonna get him real good.
Yeah, I mean, he's again not that far off the ground.
No, that's fair. I want to be on top of that. Have you
Yeah.
ever tried to jump on top of a person, Jeff? Normally people cannot do this.
Oh, you're jumping on top of a person.
I would like to jump on top
like
of them
you're
Like
gonna
piggyback?
like
Yeah.
piggyback monkey
Oh.
like
and smack him with the thing.
grapple.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna deal with that
For
in
sure.
a moment, but I'm gonna need to draw some things. All right, we are set up. So just to describe the scene that we have in front of us right now, we have the entrance to this. It's kind of like a long back room, a little bit longer than it is wide. We have the entrance that you guys went through. There's like a little security desk that was there in the front. Right behind that security desk is a row of shelves with a bunch of books on them. In the middle of this room was a little study area. Some of the tables have been overturned. Some of them are still standing. And then farther back into the room itself are a trio of lined shelves, as well as all of the walls of this room are also lined with books and papers. And in the center of the study area is a large bonfire. On either side of that is one prime and one silence operative that has just dropped a set of books into the fire itself. The other standard silence operatives are currently gathering books. The Inquisitor has moved off to the side on one side with Nona sneaking up behind. And Claire, Micah, and Marcus have all kind of oriented themselves so they're surrounding the center study area a little bit. I've not described where the librarians are because a quick cursory glance of all of them would find that they are indeed civilians. They do not seem to have any form of weapons or protection on them. So that is that. I didn't feel the need to put them on. If you want to target them, I can put them on the board.
Yeah, let's just turn this into like an evil campaign just now. We'll pivot. We've spent like the past
Kill the librarians.
several months actively avoiding killing enemy combatants. But right now, these librarians, fuck them in particular.
But we can at least just say for now, they're around for the moment. They're like in the area. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
They're around and in the area that might affect some things.
Mhm.
Or if you guys do some, grenade launchers or some nonsense.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
fair.
in the library that we're trying to save.
Okay. So the Inquisitor started to catch on to you, Nona,
Sure.
and I think you picked up on that. So I'm going to say they are not surprised, but
They're about to be.
initiative worked out the way that it was nice anyway,
Sure.
where you are at the top of the order.
Mhm.
I don't think you were all seen by these folks.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to give you guys a surprise round on them. But, however, you rolled better than all of them, so it kind of acts as they're going to be a little slow on the uptake anyway. I did give them -2 their initiatives.
Gotcha.
Kind of like they were caught off guard, but not necessarily with their pants down. That
That
makes
would be
sense.
weird in a library.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, they are burning books.
Actually, the
that's
next thing you do, you just take
That's a pants off activity. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why they were suspicious of us. We
Why
forgot
do you
to take our
have pants on?
Oy.
So we
Alrighty,
start off combat with you, Nona, sneaking up behind this Inquisitor,
Mhm.
and you wish to quote unquote jump on their back and beat them with a stick.
Yes,
Okay.
baton. Thank you.
All right, baton.
Baton. Yes, so that's the thing that I'm going for. This is going to be completely up to you, artistic vision.
Is this flavor or is this are you trying to do something with this?
I think I'm trying to prevent them from targeting Micah. I was adding like a high chaos thing. I'm basically trying to block their view of Micah, and I thought it would be funny to do it in a way that was very chaotic.
Okay. So they're primarily focused on you and the monkey on their back.
That's the hope, yes.
Okay.
So I could see this going either way. We can just make it like, if you want to make it a straight grapple and then I just don't get to attack, okay, that's fine. I could also just hit them and they would be free of things. I'm not really trying to like physically restrain them so much as I am just actively trying to put them off of their game and then get into an altercation with them.
Okay. You're really just trying to draw their attention at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure. What kind of skills can we make for this? I'm gonna make you roll a with the weapon that you have. Do you know if it's a dex or a strength weapon?
That information I don't have, but given that it is a melee weapon, I've been assuming strength.
Some of melee weapons can also be dex weapons. Hold on.
If it helps at all, my strength and my dex have exactly the same modifier.
All right, doesn't matter then.
Yep.
So it's a dex or strength plus stab roll.
Mhm.
I'm going to need you to basically hit their AC to kind of
Yes.
like grapple them. I'm not going to let you move them. And then do you get 2 attacks with this
I
thing?
don't think so.
Okay. The other Inquisitors do.
Neat. Congratulations to them. The only stats that I have are the damage, the AC shock on a hit, deal damage to effort.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. I will allow you to try and this is primarily to get them to focus on you.
Sure.
And so make that roll. And then if you hit, I will also allow you to
So attack roll, D20.
make an attack. Yeah.
Oh, not one. That's not going to do it.
Hey.
All right. So you haven't been able to grapple them. You jump on them, and almost inhumanly fast, they kind of swerve out of the way, but they do seem to be focused on you. So at the very least, that goal has worked. They are going to quickly go through their options, and on looking at this Inquisitor, most of them have been armed in some way with like a mag rifle or mag pistol in some way. You don't see any of that on this person's body. However, you see a glow from their eyes as a little pinprick of light comes from between their eyes and goes directly towards you, Nona.
Yeah, because they shoot fire.
They do?
Do they shoot fire, Jeff?
Well, let me roll this
Fire.
attack roll first,
Sure.
please.
Can I also just be on the other side of them now if I'm trying to draw them away from Michael? Like have my jump.
Yeah,
I
sure.
count my movement.
Yeah, do that.
So just that. So they're facing me.
Yep. That is a 24 to hit.
A 24 will hit.
Oh, no.
And Nona, this little pinprick of light hits you directly in your chest, and it bursts into flames. I'm going to roll some damage now.
Do you burn differently?
I'm wearing body armor.
That's true. Is this when Marcus finds out that you're a robot?
Maybe.
You get your arm fucking blown off and he'll be like, oh, that doesn't look normal.
That is a total of 11 damage, Nona.
Okay.
Oh, how much HP do you have?
Not a lot.
And at that, Nona, you also notice something else happen. It's just a blast of energy. It wicks away. You're not on fire currently. But you do notice that as soon as that little pinprick of light left their eyes, you see the tendrils under their skin of this metadimensional energy start to shift, and you see them grimace in pain.
Oh.
That was their go.
Cool.
And they're going to stay floating there because you'd be able to hit them otherwise. But at this point, they shout out,
They're imposters.
in that kind of overlapping voice, and everyone else kind of quickly understands what is going on as people start reaching for guns. But now it's Claire's go. And Claire, I don't want her to use
Marcus is gonna
this ability.
turn and look at her and say, Claire, hide.
No, as she takes out her mag pistol
No.
and is going to fire at the prime. Yeah.
Shit. Goddamn my revolutionary daughter. She could just hide, please.
I think that hits. I have too many stat blocks. Yeah, that hits. That's a total of 6 damage.
Nice.
He's not gonna say nice out loud because he doesn't think she should be fighting at all, but he's gonna go, okay.
She takes out her mag pistol and quickly whips it towards the prime who has been standing by the bonfire and shoots twice. Not twice, but like, flavor. Hits them in the chest. Flavor twice.
That's what the 2 die are
This
for.
one tastes like cherry.
And she will then move around the side of the bookcase, taking cover.
Good. Are the bookcases tall enough that you can't see over them, like it's floor to ceiling?
They are tall. They do have these the little like roller or like ladders kind of on either side of them. So they're pretty tall, but they don't go all the way to the ceiling.
Okay.
There's probably about 6 feet to 10 feet above. So if someone were to want to go up on top, they could. Mike, it's now your go.
Okay, I'm definitely focused on taking out this Inquisitor as fast as possible. I'm next to one of the rows of bookshelves that is not exactly where Claire is, sort of on the other side of the bonfire.
Mhm.
Can I find one of those roller ladders there that I could use to kind of get up?
Yeah. Are you trying to get all the way up onto the top of the bookcase?
Yeah, I'd like to. I've sort of
Can't you just walk up the? Oh, you're
I
trying
Yeah.
to
need to
not
activate
use
kinetic transversal.
Yeah,
We're
right.
trying
I
to not be
see.
stupid.
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
I
I'm
know.
not being
I'm
stupid,
following.
Jeff.
That's the exact same thing that Claire just did. Was like, I could, but I probably shouldn't.
That's right.
Until we kill this bad one. Yeah, and I'm kind of a little bit in the thick of all the rest of the silence operatives, but trying to provide Nona some backup from kind of the other side. So the Inquisitor is facing away from me right now.
Yeah.
That was indeed
Yeah.
most of the plan.
Yes, thank you very much. Still flavor because when I shoot
Yeah.
a shot, it's going to be normal attack roll. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to attack.
Yay.
Okay. So you are going up this bookcase.
I would
then.
like very much to climb up the bookcase and be on top so that I have a little bit of a better vantage point from all these silence operatives around me. May I do that?
Yeah, you're right next to it, and it's at the end right now, closest to you. So sure, yeah, you get on top.
Amazing.
I have the higher
Ooh,
ground.
I have the high ground.
And as we
Against
all
the
know,
guy who is actively flying.
Yeah.
You're not the only one who could do that.
Yeah. Idiot. I'm going to take my invisible rifle and I'm going to shoot at him. That is only a 16 to hit.
The Inquisitor?
The Inquisitor.
That does not hit.
Damn it. All right. Yeah, line up my shot and goes, I guess over Nona's head because the guy's still flying. So.
Okay. It's now Marcus's go.
Marcus is going to kind of move to follow Claire, and he's going to shoot at the prime.
Okay.
That is a 27 to hit.
Oh, my lord. Yes, that does hit.
Actually, 26 to hit, sorry.
That still hits.
And that is 9 damage.
Father and daughter both shoot the same guy, and he's dead. 2 shots on the prime, and he is dropped. He will probably slump halfway into the fire itself, because I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, that brings the standard silence operatives. What are they going to do? Well, they see
we
what...
just killed their...
2 are close to Micah and see that she has gotten up onto the bookshelf. One is going to fire. The other one is actually going to go up and try and drag you down the steps, like the ladder.
Can I try and just kick it out of the way a little bit?
You don't have a legendary action, so they're going to move. They're going to move next to that, and
Yet.
I'm going to say they're on the ladder. So you can move that
Okay.
one on that. No, other one.
This okay.
Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking.
Is coming up
2
the-
towards me.
There.
Yeah, perfect.
I see.
Climbing
We'll
the
deal with
ladder that
that.
you just climbed.
Yes, coming right up where I just came from.
The other 2 are, oh man, that guy's kind of fucked because he's in the middle of everything. The
Yeah.
other guy's going to move around the side here, other away from me. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Hiding
Like a coward.
like a coward. He's taking cover. Um,
Like a coward.
like a coward. And then this other one is going to move towards this overturned table and take cover from, oh, he's kind of surrounded. Yeah, he's going to take
That
cover.
was the plan.
He's going to take cover from Marcus and Claire. So you can move him up onto it. So he's kind of like up against it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to do the one that is kind of down across the aisle from you, Micah. They are going to attack you with their gun that they
Okay.
have.
Fine. Do it.
Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
Okay, and this other one is going to try and grab you. So we're going to do a contested. Oh, he first needs to hit. Right?
Yeah,
this
you
is
gotta
so
do a
hard.
You gotta
Punch.
punch me first.
Yeah, the
Gotta
punch, it's
punch.
got to hit.
The punch doesn't hit.
Okay.
So he goes to reach out, and you kind of like kick his hands away.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Stop it.
And then the other 2 are going to fire at you, Marcus.
No.
How much HP do you have,
I have
Marcus?
60.
Yeah.
That's a 20 to hit. Well, actually, yeah, it's a natural 20. And
That
I'm not
hits.
going to tell you what their 2 hit is just yet.
Yep.
I probably have in the past. That one does not
Yes.
hit.
Also, natural 20s we don't get criticals on those.
We don't get crits in this game?
No, it's not
No.
a combat-y type of game that we're playing.
Yeah, because we don't do any combat in
No.
this
No, that's
pod.
Jeff's fault.
This is all my fault.
That's
I like
entirely
combat
Jeff's
too
fault.
much.
Man, we should do crits.
That's a total of 10 damage.
Ow.
Yeah, that was a pretty big hit. 10 on a d12.
Shit.
And
Jesus.
that is their go. They have taken their positions, have exchanged some fire. It is now Nona, your go again.
I am going to, as an on-turn action, engage in emergency maintenance and heal myself 14 points.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's an on-turn action. So you still
That's
get
on-turn
an
action.
you still get another thing.
So you're just like whipping out A little portable soldering gun.
No, it just does itself. I
Oh,
make
like
weird
nanobots.
grindy noises.
Like
That's
grinding
so
and
sick.
whirring emanates from Nona.
And then as a free action,
Is that noticeable? Do you know if it's noticeable?
I
I'm
don't
curious.
necessarily think it is,
I'm gonna
but
say
we've
it's
talked
not.
about it
Yeah.
before. I would love for this to not be everybody
Yeah.
knows she's a robot every time she tries
Yeah.
to heal, because this is my like hidden one.
Mm,
Yeah.
Oh, and you have like
That's
a
fine.
And then I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
also
yeah,
just sit down and like,
Yeah.
which is not subtle, and I have to hide to do it.
Yep.
Okay, great. She is weirdly not bothered by the fire right now, and she's going to look up at Phoenix and say, "Oh, I forgot. We are supposed to give you the chance to surrender. Any chance you want to take me up on that?"
You just get like a deep guttural growl from Phoenix.
No? I'm going to take it as a no. I tried. And then she's going to try and hit him with the baton again.
Whack him.
That is a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Hell yeah.
Cool. That is 5 points of damage. And also, I moved away from it 1 second.
That is also, I think that's the same focus. It does both that damage and then also to the focus.
Yes, effort,
Effort.
not
Effort.
focus.
Yeah.
But it does a different one. It does 1d4 plus 1.
Oh, what was the it was the stun baton 1d6?
1d6.
Okay.
Oh, the baton damages your effort value also.
Yeah.
That's what
3
it is.
effort lost.
That's great.
How does this work? I didn't
You
think
had so much time to think.
I didn't even think that this was a thing that might happen.
Wait, it
Sorry.
takes away the Inquisitor's effort?
the Inquisitor's effort.
Yo.
Yeah, this is why they have them against people like me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
That's
Nona,
awesome.
That's so sick.
you take this baton and you land true. You hit them right in the chest. And I'm not entirely sure if you've used this on a psychic
Not yet.
before, but you feel a vibration that comes from the baton itself, as if it is, draining something. It is pulling something out of the person in front of you that you just hit. And you see an interesting reaction from them. You see that this light that was behind their eyes and these tendrils of light that twist and curl underneath their skin grows brighter and burns hotter. It's almost as if this baton jump started something.
Okay.
But you see them cry out a little bit more because of that. And that was a total of 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 effort.
Damn.
That's a big hit.
How much effort do you have?
I have 6, and I'm pretty
Holy
much like
shit.
for my level and everything. That's about as good as you get.
Wow.
Claire has
Yeah,
that
but
too.
he supercharged them.
But they're super duper, so who knows?
That's right.
Whatever you did, Nona, it did more than what you were expecting. You don't necessarily think that it will prevent them from using their abilities, but there's something unstable about the entity in front of you. You don't necessarily even want to call them human. They feel otherworldly almost. And that seemed to have hurt it more than you were expecting.
Damn.
After I land that, I will say, how about now?
They will growl, and seeing that you have this baton, they instinctively start to move away. In fact, they fly upwards into the air itself away from you. I'm going to say they move back 2 squares, but they are now probably about 10, 20 feet in the air. You do get an attack of opportunity.
Cool.
With the baton again.
Hit him with the
baton.
baton.
Hell
Come on, please. Oh, nope, that's not going to do it. That's like a 7.
Want to use
It
your
does not hit.
inspiration?
Oh, you know what? I forgot we had inspiration. I do want to use my inspiration. I don't like this.
Thank you, Micah.
I want to hit this motherfucker.
Is that all right? We said we were going to.
Yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if we needed to declare
I'll allow it.
for flavor reasons. Okay, 11 plus 4, that's a 15. That's not going to do it.
That's still not going to do it.
Alrighty.
Um,
Well, we tried.
And they are once more going to fire one of these pinpricks of light at you. Nona does no, that's not going to hit. No, that's not going to hit.
Okay, cool.
That's no fun. 11 doesn't hit, does it?
11 does not hit.
That's
Shit with Ironhide, right?
Yeah.
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 And this time you are prepared as you quickly just sidestep as this pinprick of light flies right by you, and a burst of flames happens on the ground right behind you, smoldering a little bit.
Cool.
It is now Claire's turn. And Claire is going to... Oh, does she... Yeah, she's going to
Please no.
kind of move us around the side, and seeing the Inquisitor is going to fire upon him in the air.
Claire, don't.
Claire, yes.
No, Claire, no. It's a not one.
No. Well,
It
she-
just whizzes
she misses
by.
so infrequently that
If you want for flavor, if he sees Claire aiming at the Inquisitor, he's going to push her back behind the bookcase, and that could cause her to miss. If you want for flavor reasons.
For flavor reasons. So Claire comes around the side of the bookcase, sees the Inquisitor up in the air, trains on him, and Marcus, seeing that she has peeks back out, was like, no, go back. And,
Well, no, specifically because she's aiming at the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
He's like, don't draw that attention to yourself.
and the shot goes awry, and she shoots you kind of a sour look. It's like,
She
I
shoots
had
you.
him. She shoots you.
Turns around and
Period.
shoots you in the face.
I got this. Stop it.
Don't draw his attention, Claire, please.
And it is now your go, Marcus.
I'm gonna see that Mike is looking a little crowded over there, and I'm gonna shoot at the one that's trying to climb up the bookcase.
Okay.
That's also a 1.
We're doing great.
damn.
But wait, but should I add? I mean, it's a 10. I assume a 10 doesn't hit.
10 does not hit.
Okay, yeah, there's no critical failure in this game. So
No.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
It is now. Oh, I skipped over Micah's turn.
Yes, we did. That's okay.
It's fine. Micah's now
I
your
was
go.
trying to help.
Yeah. No, shoot you a little salute for the attempted assist.
Michael also shoots you.
Yeah, just don't finger gun me, Micah,
Yeah.
please.
No,
Oh,
Marcus.
yeah. Claire can bump me back.
Now that it's my turn, can I, without using my full action, just try to with my foot, just try and interact with this ladder to nudge it and start it rolling in the other direction? Or does that take too much concerted effort?
It's got a whole ass person on it, so inertia's a thing. But-
But it's so rolling.
Wait, can you if someone's on a thing, can you use your telekinesis?
I can do
on it?
all manner of things with telekinesis, but I'm trying not to right now because
Ah.
of the Inquisitor.
Yeah, the guy that's kind of hanging out in the middle of everything.
You notice how vanilla I am this fight so far? That's why.
I'm trying. He's
I-
kind of hard to hit.
I know. I'm trying to. So, okay. So this person is on a ladder,
I'm gonna
but
say
around my feet. So was it a no on the kick them out of the way?
I
That's
think
fine.
yeah, I think that's a
fine.
no.
Are they enough up in my business that I'm hampered from firing my gun at the Inquisitor in the air? They're down on.
They're
this
in
ladder,
melee
but, by
range. They're
my
trying to
feet.
grab you.
All right. Well, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid by being up
Mhm.
here, but here I am. Fine.
You can try
Um,
and jump to the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, a nice 15-foot jump is just meter, sorry.
It's 4 meters.
Is this
That's
we have
2.
2-meter squares.
Yeah.
I've been doing the movement all wrong. Whatever. Okay, fine. I'm gonna try and step back from where this person is scrabbling at my legs. They can get an attack of opportunity on me if they have a melee thing.
They don't have a melee weapon,
right.
so you can just move away from them.
Piss off, loser. I'm gonna now shoot at the Inquisitor.
Okay.
Fuck him up.
Real quick, Micah.
Hello.
Oh no.
As soon as you train your gun on them and are about to pull the trigger, they turn around inhumanly fast and fire on you as well.
No.
They get legendary.
They get
actions.
legendary action.
See, I'm gonna turn when that happens. I'm gonna turn and look at Claire, and you see why I didn't want you to do that.
Does
Claire's not gonna see.
does a 17 hit?
It doesn't.
Ooh.
Once more,
18, baby.
just this little pinprick of light flies right by you and hits a bookcase behind you, and the books on it start to smolder and catch a flame. Actually, can you draw just a little square of fire?
Where
no.
on this back wall?
Yeah.
Because I'm up here.
Yeah,
top
on
of
the back
bookcase.
wall. So,
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn and look at Claire and be like, "I told you."
I can do this. Leave me alone. Micah is now
You're
your,
not my
your
real
turn.
dad.
Okay.
That wasn't
I am your
that
real
was
dad.
an interrupt, but yeah,
Okay. I rolled my attack already. I got a 23.
23 hits.
Hell yeah. Fuck 'em
Also,
up.
one thing that I will say as well, something that Nona noticed is this exercise of power seems to have drained something from them as they, oh my lord.
Was that like good for them
Yeah,
or
was
good
it
for us?
Yeah.
It's good for you guys.
Amazing.
As once more, they seem to be a little bit in agony as they are trying to use their powers. Micah, it's now your go to roll for damage.
I will roll for damage, and that's not bad. That's going to be 12 damage.
Yeah.
Pew pew, bitch.
He's still shooting finger guns.
It's still when it's invisible, it's just the finger gun. So that's what I've got.
Gun.
From those 2 hits, you see that, well, 2 hits.
They hit themselves.
Yeah. They are ragged. You see that their eyes, the lights behind them are almost consuming their irises as they just have these small pinpricks of light. The lights underneath their skin are starting to grow more and more. In fact, you almost start to see like little indentations and flections underneath the skin as this light almost seems to have a physical nature to it. And you see just like their hands start to tremble a little bit, and they are bloodied.
Ooh.
We're at the standard silence operatives' turns now. They see their prime.
Would they like
dead.
to surrender? I forgot to ask, but really.
Not just yet.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me roll for 'em.
As you can tell, I'm distraught by this. Absolutely distraught.
They're okay. They're wavering a little bit, but not enough to completely break. So the one that was kind of reaching at Micah's ankles is going to climb up on the
Shelf.
bookcases as well, is going to keep a little bit of a distance between the 2 of you and is going to train their gun on you. The other one is going to stay where they are and fire up at you, Micah, and the other 2 are going to still fire at Marcus.
Okay.
Ow.
Do you have a punch? You don't do punch good.
I don't punch good. I have your knife, I think.
That's right. I really wanted you to Sparta kick this dude.
Yeah, like I can try to push them. That's the thing. I have some points in exert. It could work.
That was 2 20s. Do 2 20s hit?
Yes, they
Yes.
both hit me. You
Oh,
know this.
me or Micah?
But who?
Micah.
That
Oh.
was me? Yes.
That was-
my
yeah.
AC is 18.
It's a total of 11 damage from the 2 of them.
No.
As they start to open fire on you you get to see everything, but you are a little exposed. And then the
Yeah.
2 on Marcus.
Oh.
17 and a 21.
Oh, both hit. I need better armor, guys.
It's a total of 8 damage.
Oh, hey, great news. We could probably get you some Inquisitor armor fairly soon.
Oh, good. Does it limit your movement at all?
I don't think so.
Nice. How much does it add? AC?
16?
Oh, it's one better than I have now.
Yes.
It's gonna have a giant hole in it though.
And that is their turn. Nona, is now your go.
All right. Where's this dude?
He's flying.
I know. I have a jetpack and I can leap 30 feet. Where is this dude?
He
You
is-
thought you were safe?
You thought you were safe from me?
Like Nona is in a really bad mood right now. I gotta tell you all this. She doesn't want to be here. She still has some unresolved issues with Alex and stuff, and she's just so over these guys that we're going feral here. We're not gonna shoot. I've got a sniper rifle. I could switch
Hiss
to.
as you jump through the air.
Straight like, yeah, no, like you want to growl at me, I'll growl right back at you, buddy.
Yeah, okay. They're flying probably every 3 feet is about a meter, so they're only like 3 to 6 meters above the ground right now.
Would you let me
Yeah.
use
You'd have
my
to-
jetpack?
Oh, you have a jetpack.
I have a jetpack.
And you can just kind of do that, right?
Yeah, but here's
unwieldy.
the question: is like, if I just do the jetpack, can I also attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what is it? What does the
It
description say? It's
literally
unwieldy
just gives
movement?
us a movement. It's an unwieldy movement. I'm happy to like,
Yeah, sure, I'll give it to you.
okay.
You're like, you're not getting away from me.
That's sort of the idea,
Yeah.
yes.
All
Because
right, cool.
otherwise it's gonna go focus Micah.
And you're gonna
we can't
continue
have
to
that.
use the
I mean, it seems like it worked.
Yeah. They see you coming and they immediately like you get a glint of fear in their eyes as they fire one more of their pinpricks at you.
Cool.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Rolled so badly. That could have been so much more fun. That's only 5 damage.
Cool.
As a little blast of fire hits you once more, Nona, but does not stop your trajectory as you get closer to them. And I also have to do this.
Oh, this is so good.
All right. And you are...
I'm gonna try and hit him with the thing again.
Yeah.
Fuck him up.
That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Roll for
Alright.
damage.
Roll for damage.
And I love this baton.
Damage is 6.
Okay. And then roll for
Effort.
effort damage.
Oh, 5.
Oh my god.
I got maxes on both of those bad boys.
I'm so happy.
Sometimes the dice are angry too.
Yeah, I think last time your dice were not treating you well.
Yeah.
So this is good.
Nona, with this final swing, you connect, and there is a brief moment of just feels like time almost stops as the stun baton in your hand starts to vibrate violently. And you see that the light behind this Inquisitor's eyes starts to become overwhelming, almost similar to what you have seen from Claire. The lights underneath their skin start to pull away as they are eviscerated from the inside with a big explosion of light and metadimensional energy that everyone who is psychically attuned can feel within their selves. And Marcus, you even feel it a little bit yourself.
shit.
There is this electricity that is in the air as they are gone. Their armor is just a smoldering.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, it's got bits in it, but it drops to
Gross.
the ground in a heap as it thunks.
I think just for flavor's sake, because it's cool, Nona also does. She did like a jump at them, brought the baton down, and slammed them into the ground. So they exploded from,
Yeah.
roughly ground level.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll another die.
Oh no.
As you like, and then she looks over at the guy who's hiding behind the table right next to her, and she says, "Okay, your turn. Would you like to surrender?"
And at that point, they drop their guns, put up their hands, and start nodding their heads very viciously. Everyone else sees this and they're stunned. They drop their weapons and they say, we surrender. We're done. No, we're good. We're good. We're all right. And they just drop their weapons and they are surrendering. We're out of combat.
Yeah, Mike is now gonna make her armory visible, change out to the I-beam, and kind of smack in her hand. Like, that's what I fucking thought.
Well, I think our first order of business is we want to put out this fire. I guess some people should handle the prisoners of war that we have now, and
Yeah.
other people should put out the fire and ideally stop the books from being burned.
Yeah, God, do we have any more like zip ties or rope on anybody?
I think
use-
so. I don't know. We've been hand waving zip ties a lot. So I will leave that up to Jeff.
I'll allow it.
Maybe there's some stuff in the library. I don't know.
You have broken their morale. They no longer wish to fight. So like you're happy. I'm happy to have you tie them up, but they are fully and completely surrendered. They're like, nah, fuck this shit.
Oh, like
I'm
they're gonna
out.
like leave the palace.
That is their intention.
Oh, all right.
Okay, like we can tell they're
Get the
like,
fuck out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
totally terrified.
Yep.
Okay, love that for us. Okay. Well, yeah, in that case, I mean, I don't want to trust that completely, but if we're pretty sure that they're not going to be a threat,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll like
Mhm.
go around and try and stomp out the fires, definitely.
Yeah, and then, in fact, as you do this, and the few silence operatives drop their weapons, take off their armor, and they just run out of the way. You actually get a couple of the librarians see this and see you guys starting to try and put out the fire, and one of them comes up to you and says, "I'm the head librarian. We have some.
We can
some
have a
stuff."
problem.
No. I want to protect the books. They're on fire.
Right. Librarian. All right. Yeah.
I've sent for some
we're on the
fire
same page.
blankets.
Oh, great.
Are you okay?
Yeah, little amped up. It's all right.
Okay.
Fire
I'm-
blankets. Awesome. Great.
Come up behind Micah, just covered in bits. She's had a hard day.
I see that. Yeah. And you get a few of the librarians to immediately, they are doing a 180 and starting to like preserve what they possibly can. Like, there are clearly some books that are beyond saving, but there are some that maybe have just recently been tossed in or only have singes on some areas. And you get a handful move to the back wall where the Inquisitor missed Micah and start patting that area as well. It takes a little bit of time, but you have secured the area. It is no longer actively on fire. And Desmond, the head librarian, will come up to you and say, "Thank you so much. This is a wealth of knowledge. This library holds secrets from before the scream. Even it would have been terrible to have lost them."
Why were you all burning it then? What did they want?
They were directing us to burn particular things around the chancellorship and some of the work that they have done, and shipping manifests and ledgers around important historical trades and trade agreements. I assume primarily trying to cover anything that they may have done.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's hang on to that, huh? No more burning today. Awesome. Well, this is great. You guys seem like you're good. You all are up there already. The silence already out the door. Are they out of here? Or
Oh yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, fully.
Unless you wanted to say something to them.
No, not
as soon as
really.
you guys were like, "You guys can go," they're like, "Out."
Yep. All right. Swell. Okay, we got to keep moving, but you guys, you can do your thing. Take care of the books, yeah?
I don't know if there might be more people. And you see them, they just scrounge up a few things and say, "I was holding these off to the side. I think they might be important. One of them was written by the austere themselves. Please take it with you. I don't know what will happen to them. We will do what we can to protect the knowledge that is here, but you must have these. I fear that if more people come by and try and do what that Inquisitor was doing."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much. For sure. We'll take that.
I'm conflicted because part of me wants to look at those right now, and part of me wants to.
Yeah, I know, but we got to move.
If Marcus sees you guys starting to read, he's like, "Wrap it up. This isn't book club."
Given that the fire is out, I think I would like to potentially barricade this door for your safety.
Yes. We can move some of the tables and try and place some areas. And
Don't forget that door back there.
what door back there?
There's a door back there. It's open right now.
They look over and see that section open and just kind of tilts their head and say, oh.
Don't go out that way though. The stairs are gone.
I have many questions.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
Anyway, gotta go. Yep. And I will assist in their barricade a little bit. Just like grab some tables with my telekinesis. Like, all right, let's get out of here. Come on.
Okay. Just to fully articulate what you have been given, it appears to be a notebook. Well, there's a couple of books. One seems to be a collection of experiments, and a quick glance at it seems to be similar to like the Orchid dossier. There is just evidence of what was being done, who it was being done to, and the results of that. Nothing pretty, we can get into that if you want to read it later. Another thing that you find seems to be a journal from Chancellor Austere themselves. And then the final one is a ledger of transactions. And so those are what you have.
All right, yeah, looks important. Not going to read it now, but see, I told you it was worth it. They're trying to get rid of some stuff that we can definitely use against them.
How is everyone feeling? Are you all okay?
Yeah, never better.
I have drugs.
Hmm?
I have 2 integrity left if anyone needs some.
Oh, well,
What does
let me
integrity
see.
do?
It heals you. It makes you feel better.
Out of character, what is an integrity?
Yeah,
do?
I forget the exact
about how
result.
potent is
2d8
that
something.
drug? Wasn't it like 2d6 plus 2 or something like that? Maybe I'm just thinking of D&D.
3d6, drop the lowest.
I wish.
Anyway, we can figure out all of this other nonsense,
Sure.
whether folks want to heal, but you guys have secured the library. You have
2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2.
Yep.
You've obtained some possibly useful information, and you head out of the library with the intention of meeting back up with Vaughn and the rest of the crew to turn off these defenses to give the coup the upper hand in this fight. But we'll get to that next time.
Side quest completed.
Oh man, I'm so interested, but also so scared to know what would have happened if that Inquisitor hadn't died in like 3 rounds. It could have been really bad.
Yeah.
I rolled so much damage for them. They do some damage to themselves, as clearly was indicated. I was like rolling